Hello, hello, hello. This is Rolanda Jackson, your financial empowerment advocate, coming to you once again. Going to share some wealth building principles and strategies with you. I thank you in advance for those of you who are going to be joining me. And I am streaming both on YouTube and on Facebook. So if my eyes are going up and down, back and forth, that's what's going on. And so, as you saw the title of this event, this live broadcast, it said income shifting, the two objectives. And you're probably wondering, well, Rolanda, what are the two objectives? Well, I'm going to be sharing that information with you, and I'm actually going to be sharing my screen with you. I prepared some slides to show you so that we can be as um, effectively diligent as possible. And so, if you would grab or something to write with and something to write on so you can take notes. And I'm so excited to be sharing this information with you. And I'm pretty sure that you will find value in it and that it will be something that will cause you to think, at least, um, to change up everything that you do. But you know that something different, you have to do something different. And so, this information is going to give you a small snippet of the powerful information that we have to share in our business program. And again, if you want to get in touch with me, get in contact with me, you can reach me on Facebook at the Financial Empowerment Advocate. And my personal page is Rolanda Lee Jackson as well. And if you're joining me on YouTube, you will see two URL links available and a phone number. And so I am very reachable. Contact me. If you don't get me right away, then please do leave a message and I will get back with you as soon as possible, because helping you to advance your financial situation is my goal. And so we're going to move right into it. Income shifting. Income shifting. What is income shifting? If you've never heard of it, it is simply this: taking more, taking what you already have and doing more with it. Now, you're probably wondering, how in the world can I do that if I'm not making that much, or I got all these taxes coming out? I got FICA, I got Social Security, I got Medicare, and I'm not even using it. It may not even be around when it's my turn to utilize it. Well, I'm going to give you just a little bit about how you can make that happen. So if you bear with me just a minute, I'm going to begin to share my screen. For those of you on Facebook, you will not hear my screen, but you will still hear me verbally. So here we go. Bear with me just a moment. Hold on. Okay, technical difficulties. Let me put my microphone on. That might help just a little bit. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Here we go. Um, let's share the screen. Okay, now as I said, with income shifting, there are two main objectives that every working American has to accomplish. They are striving, whether they realize it or not, they are striving to obtain these two objectives and to meet these two objectives. And it's one thing to know what you're striving for, and it's something totally different when you have no clue what you're striving for. And so it seems as if you're just spinning your wheels like a hamster in the wheel. You're just going round and round and round, going nowhere fast. Well, this will help you have some direction so you can get off that wheel and you can actually get on the road to where you're trying to get to what you're trying to accomplish. So with the two objectives, it's simply, the first one is, well, I'm sorry, let me back up. The objectives, this is what the wealthy know. This is information that wealthy people learn. So if you think about it, if you're trying to get somewhere that you desire to be, the first question you must ask yourself is, what is it that I do not know? Okay. So if someone has something that you desire to have, or someone has accomplished something that you desire to accomplish, the first thing you must ask yourself is, what is it that they know that I don't? And so that is the question. That is what the wealthy do. They learn, they teach themselves, they self-educate themselves. And so when it comes to finances, it is very, very, very important that you know exactly what's going on, if with nobody else's finances, with your own finances. And so that's the rules. These are the rules, the beginning of the rules to the wealthy. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. God bless you. Every working American works to accomplish these objectives, like I've already said before. Every working American, every W-2 employee is working to meet these two objectives. If you do not realize what these objectives are, if you have no clue what they are, then once again, you're like that hamster in a wheel, just going fast, going fast, going fast, going fast, and going absolutely nowhere. And so we want to get on the road to somewhere. We want to take one step at a time and actually be covering some ground, if you will. And so this is not about getting rich quick by no stretch of the imagination. But what it is about getting wealthy deliberately. When you deliberately do something, you have a clear cut, tongue twister, clear cut plan as to how you're going to do that. So these two objectives are going to help you begin your deliberate wealth building. Now, the first objective is your current lifestyle. Think about what your current lifestyle is right now. Now, that current lifestyle is paid for with your labor, quote unquote, your job. Your job is going to help you to maintain, to establish and maintain your current standard of living. Now, whatever lifestyle that you desire to have at this point in time, that's what your job's purpose is to help establish that. You have to pay the bills. You have to keep the water on, the lights on. You have to keep food in the refrigerator. You have to keep a roof over your head. You have to keep gas in the car. Okay, that's your lifestyle. That's your standard of living. And whatever level that is at, that's the responsibility of your job. So it's nothing wrong with a job, with having a job. The deal is, if you have higher expectations, if you desire to be somewhere on a different level as far as your finances are concerned, and your job is not doing it for you now, then that means you need to start doing something different. Wouldn't you agree? I believe you would. Now, you work hard to put away some savings for your tomorrow. Now, if what you're desiring to save for your future lifestyle is not being met by your current employer, by your current job right now, then that means, once again, you're going to have to do something different, something different. Now, it is a reality that everybody in their lifetime is going to stop working. It's either going to be voluntarily or it's going to be involuntarily. So the question is, which one is it going to be for you? We don't want to wait until we're in a position to where we cannot work and we have not established what that second objective is. So if you're not working, if you happen to have some kind of unfortunate situation happen and you don't have something set aside, then how long are you going to make it with what you have? And if that's nothing, you need to start doing something now. You really need to start doing something now. Now, the second objective is your future lifestyle. And that future lifestyle is paid for by your investments. Be like, investments? I don't have any investments. I don't know anything about investments. I'm too afraid of that. Well, I have to tell you, it's not as hard and it's not as difficult as you may think it is. It really isn't. You're looking at somebody who found out for herself. And because of the information that I received and the training that I received on investments, my husband and I, we were able to do something that we had never done before, and that was become investors. And so now we're not just depending on the 401k from the job. We're not just depending on the teacher retirement from the job. Now we can do something on our own, and we are able to do it at a better rate than what putting your money in the bank may have done. And so with your investments, what that means is you have hired your money to work for you. Yes, you heard me correctly. You have hired your money to work for you. Your money can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, if you compare that to yourself, can you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I know for sure the answer is no. You're going to have to sleep. You're going to have to eat. You're going to have to take a bath. Lord Jesus, please take a bath. So when you put your money to work for you, your money is very obedient. Whatever you tell it to do, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to be obedient to whatever you tell it to do. It's not going to talk back to you. It's not going to call in sick. It's not going to give you any lip. It's not going to give you a hard time. It's just going to do exactly what you tell it to do. Your money is a quiet and a steady worker. It's going to keep doing what you tell it to do on a consistent basis. So that's where your future lifestyle being paid for by your investments come into play. So now moving forward, there are two entities put in place that had good intentions to help with the current lifestyle and the future lifestyle, mainly the future lifestyle. One of those entities was provided by the government. The other entity was provided by corporate America. But the sad thing about both of those entities is they no longer work. They may still be in place, but they're not as effective as they used to be. What are those two entities? Well, I'm glad you asked. The first entity is Social Security. The second entity is the pension plan. Now, like I said, neither one of those entities are as effective, and they are quickly fading away. And so what does that mean? You're going to have to do what you need to do to make sure that your future lifestyle is what you want it to be. Now, let's look at Social Security. From research that I have done, it stated that Social Security may be exhausted by the year 2037. I believe that I might still be alive in 2037 if the Lord says the same, and he don't call me home to glory. And for the majority of my age group and younger, yes, we just may be around till 2037. And so if there's no Social Security, and that's what we're banking on, we're going to be sadly let down. We're going to be let down hard. So I hope that that's not what's going on. Okay. Now we're in a point in time there where the baby boomers are beginning to retire. Now I know for a fact that my mother is one of the first baby boomers. And so there were a lot of children in that age of the baby boomers. And so what does that mean? How does that affect Social Security? Well, I'm glad you asked. That means more is being paid out in benefits than what is being contributed. So whatever's coming out of our checks on payday, that's going into the Social Security bucket. But what's going out is even greater. And so that's a cause for depletion. And that's what's happening. And so the government, Uncle Sam, is like, how are we going to compensate for this? Well, let's see. They may do a reduction in benefits. So that means what you know you deserve to get at your time of receiving Social Security, you may not get that. And then they may increase payroll taxes. And they're going to increase those taxes for my kids' kids, and they're not going to see it at all. At all. We have a slim chance, but they don't have a chance at all. So let's see what's going on with the pension plan and why it is slowly depleting, why it's slowly becoming non-existent. Well, the first thing is employees don't stay on a job long enough to invest in a pension plan. Okay, that's a long-term investment. So you have to be somewhere for any length of time to try to get something out of it. And so if employees are only staying on jobs 3, 4, 5 years max, then there's really nothing there for them as far as a pension plan is concerned. Then you have to look at the employers, that the employers can compete with foreign and domestic rivals. Foreign and domestic rivals, they're doing things better, they're doing things smarter, they're eliminating a lot of their manpower and turning it over to technology and robots and whatever, all that other stuff like that. So that is a dilemma for the employers. The stock market is volatile. You can't depend totally on the stock market, and that's what the pension plans are based on. So being the stock market is becoming volatile because the interest rates are low. And then because the interest rates are low, then the pension costs are rising. And so it's costing them more to have the plan in place than it is for the employee. So the employers are like, you know what, we're gonna have to cut some costs. So what they're doing is they're shifting the responsibility to the employee and off of themselves. So that means, bottom line, once again, it's up to us. It's up to you to make sure that your future lifestyle is going to be exactly what you want it to be. So that, in a nutshell, is what let me get back to, let me get out of this right here. Go back to, bear with me. I'm getting there. Here we go. Going to stop sharing. Here we go. Now I'm back. Hello, I'm back. So I hope that information, just that tidbit of information I shared with you, was an eye opener, if nothing else. If it disrupted what you thought you knew, then my goal has been accomplished. Honestly. So when I heard this information, I was like, this is something that I have always been looking for, but didn't know I was looking for it. If you are that same type of person, then connect with me. I have more information I can share with you that I don't have time to go into right now. But if you join me a little bit later, and I'll let you know when I'm coming back, I'm going to share the whole very quickly. I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but I will share the complete picture with you. If this makes sense to you already, then connect with me and I can share that information with you on a one-on-one basis. All right. So for now, I'm done. I am Rolanda Jackson, your financial empowerment advocate, reminding you that building wealth is not a long shot. Trust me, my friend, it is not a long shot. We can get there. I'm going to get there. I would love for you to go with me. So until the next live broadcast, you have a blessed day because you absolutely deserve it.